So hello and good morning, and also I welcome you on my channel. In today's video, I am going to crack one of the reading passages from Cambridge book number 15 and reading test number 3, which is remaining. So I decided to crack this one, and I shall try my best to crack, okay, on time. How quickly, let's say, find out the question area and associate the answer. I hope this video will be helpful to you if you are preparing for your IELTS exam. So let's begin. I am here going to share the screen. Okay, so here we go, and this is test number 3 and passage number 3, and this is the let's say passage, and here we have got the questions matching sentence ending. This matching sentence ending, they are always 100% in order of the text. First 27, then 28, 29, 30 and 31 they come. And this gap fill question with option is 97 to 99. The examiners, they just disorder one or two questions knowingly, intentionally. Okay, this question is 97 to 99% order, and here we have multiple choice questions. These multiple choice questions, they are always in 100% order of the text. And here we have got three types of questions: one matching sentence endings, another gap fill question with options. This is very terrible because these options are very highly paraphrased. They are okay, their synonyms are used. We need to associate their synonyms like that. Okay, let's go get one. Let's find out this area, either it is given or not. In fairy tales, details of the plot. Let's go from the beginning. Why fairy tales are really scary tales? People of every culture tell each other fairy tales, but the same story. Okay, fairy tale, but the same story often takes a variety of forms in different parts of the world. So it says the same story has different plot in different parts of the world. Look here, we got the exactly question area in the very first sentence. Fairy tales, in fairy tales, details of the plot are different in different let's say, in different parts of the world. May be provided through methods using biological research are the reason for their survival. So considerable global variation. Considerable global variation means they are different parts, okay? Variety of forms in different parts of the world. World means global. That's fantastic. Now we have got the very first answer. So answer for question number 27 is C. That's great. Let's find out the same this type of question, and we shall go to another type. Tyranny rejects the idea that the useful lessons for life in fairy tales. Useful lessons for life in fairy tales. What does this man reject? Let's see. Tyranny, find out. Let's search here. Tyranny in the first paragraph. Is there tyranny? Tyranny. So there is no tyranny in the first one. Okay, we are going to cross this out. There is no tyranny. We have got just one answer. Let's find out tyranny first. Okay, here is the tyranny. Let's read for the above sentence. It might be what we find interesting about this story is that it has got its survival relevant information in it. It has survival relevant information in it. It might be what we find interesting about this story is that it has got its survival relevant information in it. Survival relevant information. Okay, let's see. Terani rejects the idea that the useful lesson for life in these fairy tales may be provided through methods used in biological research. Are the reasons for their survival. Yeah, they are the reasons for their survival. Exactly. This is the answer. Why, they have relevant information. It says here, survival relevant information in it. Oh, that's fantastic. That's great. Now let's write answer for question number 28B. Moving on, let's quickly find out the answer. Various theories about the social significance of fairy tales. Social significance of fairy tales. Here, various theories. Let's find out various theories. Okay, various theories we have to find out. Okay, but this research suggests otherwise. We have this gap. Okay, we have this gap in our knowledge about the history and prehistory of storytelling, despite the fact that we have this genre is an incredibly ancient one. He says that has disturbed anthropologists for tests. Other academics devise theories explain that the importance of fairy tales in human society, and Theron has found a way that to test these ideas, borrowing a technique from evolutionary biologists. And what does it say? Okay, we have the huge gap in our knowledge about the history and prehistory of storytelling, despite the fact that this genre is incredibly ancient one. He says, what it says means we have a vast gap. Let's see. Various theories about the social significance of the fairy tales may be provided through methods used in biological research. No, contact animals which transform to human become human beings. No, originally spoken rather than written have been developed without factual basis. Yes, they have been developed without factual basis. Look here. This is the answer. Why we have a very let's say gap in history and prehistory without like that. This is exactly the same. This huge gap in our knowledge about history and prehistory of storytelling, despite the fact that we know this genre is incredibly ancient. Okay, ancient. This is the answer. Well, that's great. They are developed without the factual information because we don't have that much knowledge. Okay. So here, answer for question number. Sorry. Answer for question number 29 is F. Let's insights into the development of fairy tales. Insights into the development of development of the fairy tales. Okay, the main objectives. Insights means development of fairy tales. Okay, let's find out development. There is no development here. To work out the evolutionary history, development. Okay, we got the word development and relationship among the group of organisms. Biologists compare the characteristics of living species in a process called what is this? Phylogenetic analysis. Okay, it's a development and relationship among group of organisms. Biologists compare the characteristics of living species in a process called this one. Terani has used the same approach. Let's see. It means biology. It talks about biology. Insight into development of fairy tales may be provided through methods of biological research. Yes, because they talk about the biology. Oh, this answer is also fine. Answer for question number 30 is A. And then all fairy tales analyzed by Terani. Okay, let's try. All fairy tales analyzed by Terani. Okay, what did he analyze? Okay, Terani analysis, here is the keyword. Analysis focused on this and in many forms. Okay, in many forms, which include another Western fairy tales known as this, the wolf and the kids, and checking the variants of these two tales and similar stories from Africa, East and these regions, and in data of with 50 stories recorded from oral traditions. They were orally told, oral tradition, okay? Means they were oral tradition. All the fairy tales analyzed by Terani contain animals which perform transfer to human or originally spoken rather than written, as they were oral traditions. So we got the answer for question number 31 also. The answer for question number 31 is E. So we have got all these answers. Remember, make a note that these questions are always in 100% order. We have got 31. Now this Terani used techniques from evolutionary biology to find out if evolutionary biology to find out uh, if an existed among 58 stories from around 58 stories around this, and he also wanted to know which aspect of the stories had the fewest. Also he believed this aspect. Let's read 58. We got the answer here, area here. The wolf and checking variants of these two details of similar stories from Mifka and this, and ended up this recorded this. Once is this phylogenetic analysis had established they were indeed related. They were related, and he used the same method to explore how they have developed and altered over time. Indeed, they were related. Okay, they were related. Let's see. There are used techniques for evolutionary biology to find out if relation existed among 50 stories from around the world. Relation, ending no, events no, relation, indeed related, warning no, links. Yes, the answer related is links. It is paraphrased, related, and the answer for question number 32 is D. Okay, let's look. Mm, and he also wanted to know which aspect of the stories had fewest, and as he believed this aspect would be the most important ones. Fewest had the fewest. Which aspect had the fewest? Fewest. Okay. Look here. There is no one. Nothing. Just any related used to same methods to explore. They have developed one. First, it tested some assumption about which aspect of the story aspect we got alter least in it involves, indicating its importance. Its importance. A story alter last least as it evolves, indicating their importance. It talks about importance. Let's say at fewest, at fewest, ending no events, warning, horror, records, variations. Let's see. This is quite paraphrased. Assumption about which aspect of the story alter, at least as it evolves, indicating their importance. Falk believe that this happens a story more central to its story than the characters in it. That visiting a relative only be made by a scary animal in disguise is more fundamental than whether it visitors little girl or their siblings or animals in the tiger instead of wolf. It talks about some differences indicating their importance, and then folklorists believe that what happens in a story is more central to the story than the character in it. Means the changes that visiting a relative only to be met by a scary animal in disguise is more fundamental than whether the visitor is a little girl or three. Okay, this gives the sense the changes, very changes. Okay. He also wanted to know which aspect of the story had fewest ending events, no, warning, no, links done, records, no, variations. Yes, because it what happens in the story is the main thing. Then the character. It gives the same meaning here, and we need to really understand and negotiate the answers. These questions are very tough. Okay, even the examiners they get one or two mistakes. Let's see. We will also be making, or we can make contrary to this belief, and this is now just opposite. This is just opposite to this belief. He found that some that were included in the story tended to change over time. Some, okay, some that were included in a story tended to change over time. What were included? Let's quickly search the answer below. However, yes, on the contrary, this is the keyword. Okay, we got the answer. There are found no significant difference in the rate of evolution of incidents. Incidents is the answer compared to with that of characters. So the incidents is the answer. Let's find out incidents. Incidents, now ending. Incidents means events. Yeah, incidents means events. So how the synonyms are used. Look at and understand what is IELTS reading and how to crack the questions. That had included a story intended to over time, and that's okay. In that, the middle of the story seemed no more important than other parts. He was also surprised that the parts of the story which seemed to provide some sort of were unimportant. Some sort of were important. They were not important. Let's see. And certain episodes are very stable because they are crucial to the story, but there are lots of other details that can evolve quite freely. Says neither did generally support the theory that the central section of a story, that most conserved part, they found no significant difference in the flexibility events are compared with the beginning or the end. Mhm. But the big surprise here is the answer. The big surprise came when he looked at the cautionary elements of the story. Okay, here elements. Let's find out elements. The answer is elements. Let's see what it is paraphrased with. Sort of elements. Elements means plural records. Elements, plot, how elements. Let's say this is elements. When I looked at the cautionary element of the story, studies on hunter-gatherer folktales suggest these narratives. And okay, these narratives include really important information about the environment and possible dangers that may be faced there. Stuff in this relevant to survival says at analysis, elements were just as flexible as seemingly trivial details, then the important enough to reproduce from generation to generation. Okay. Narratives, elements, narratives. Okay, let's see narratives. Yeah, answer is narratives. Then this is records. Answer for question number 2035 is records E. Either elements. Okay, let's see what is the final answer. The aspect that he found most important in the story survival was, what was the most important? We got the answer here in the same paragraph. Look here. At the analysis, such elements were just as flexible as seemingly trivial details. And what then? It is important. It is important enough to be reproduced from generation to generation. Means the information. Information means, let's say, what is information? Here, paraphrased. Information of the story. Ending, no. Warning, no. Horror, no. People, no. Then that's plot. Plot means information. And the answer is information. And information is paraphrased with plot. Answer for question number 36 is I. Okay, we'll be checking no matter if we make one or two mistakes, 4, 5 mistakes. If we get band 7 above, we can really crack IELTS. What method did Jamie Terani use to test his ideas about fairy tales? Oh, this method was already here. Above, we read the answer. We got the answer here. Okay, what was the method? He used the same method to explore how they have developed and altered over time, and some assumption about which aspect of the story this indicating person Paul believe that happens in the story is more central to the story. Tehran has no significant evolution compared to hot characters. If you said stable because they are crucial to story, but there are lots of other details that can evolve freely. No, here is the area. The area is Tehran analysis focused on Little Red Riding Hood in its many forms. The same story in many forms, which include another Western fairy tales known as the Wolf and the Kids. Means this man use the same story in different, let's say, area, or let's say same story from different parts. What method did Jamie Tirani use to test his idea about his fairy tales? He compared oral and written forms of the same theories. No, he looked at many different forms of the same basic story. Yes, because it was the same story and he want to from one part, another from another part. Yes, he really compared the same story. Okay, we got the answer here. You can better understand from here. Analysis focused on what did this mean in many films, which include another Western fairy tales known as this, and checking for variation of these two tales at the similar, okay, and similar stories from Africa, East Asia, and other regions. There is no doubt in this answer. He used what he did. He looked at many different forms of the same basic story. Okay, when discussing Tehran's views, Jack Jappis suggests. Let's find out Jack Jappis. We have not found Jack Jappis up to this paragraph. Jack Jappis. Let's quickly find out Jack Jappis. Tehrani idea. Jack Jappis. Jack Jappis. There is no Jack Jappis in this one. Okay, let's cut it out. Jack Jappis. Okay, we found the answer. Jack Jappis at the University of Minnesota. This and is unconvinced. He is not convinced by Tehran's views on fairy tales. Why? Even if they are gruesome, they won't stick unless they matter, he says. He says they won't stick unless they matter. He believes the perennial theme of women as victims in the stories like Little Red Riding Hood explains why they continue and feel relevant. Why Tehran is convinced? Let's see. Convinced. Why Tehran is convinced? Tehran's book, Jack Jappy suggests that Tehrani ignores the key changes in the story role of the woman. No stories which are too horrific and not always taken seriously. Tehrani overemphasizes the importance of violence. No features of story only survive if they have a deeper significance. Yes, deeper significance. Here is the key word here. Oh, we got this. This is perennial theme. Look here, he says he believes the perennial themes of women as victims in the story. This explains why they continue to feel relevant. It means deeper meaning. Perennial theme means here the significance. Okay, we got the answer for question number 38 is question number 38 is sorry D. Okay, you understand. We'll be checking answer later. Why does Terani refer to Chinese and Japanese fairy tales? Why does she refer this Chinese and Japanese Terra? Okay. Why does Terani refer? Okay, let's find out. We need to just look search answer below. Okay, Chinese. But Terani points out that although this is often the case in Western various versions, it is not always true elsewhere. Okay, here in China, Chinese and Japanese versions, often known as the tiger grandmother and villain is a woman, and in both Iran and Nigeria, the victim is a boy. Why are they taken as a reference? But Terani points out that although this is not often the case in Western versions, it is not always true elsewhere. That is not true elsewhere. Why, this is the reference taken. Let's see. Why does Terani refer to Chinese and Japanese fairy tales? To indicate that Jack Japanese theory is incorrect? Yeah, it is incorrect. It is not true elsewhere. Yes, this is exactly the answer. Suggests that crime is global. No, it's implied. It talks about this is not true elsewhere. Okay, everywhere or something elsewhere. Each of the keyword we got. It's not true elsewhere. Okay. Now let's find out the last question. Okay, what does Mathins Cleason believe about fairy tales? This man, what this man believes? How does he understand fairy tales? Okay, let's find out this man then. Okay, this man, University of this is surprised. He is surprised. Isn't surprised by their findings, habits, and moral changes, but the things that scare us, and the fact that we seek out entertainment that's designed to scare us. Those are contrasts. He says. Okay, this is the answer. Then Killian believes that scary stories teach us. They teach us what it feels like to be afraid without having to experience real danger. So then, we don't really get the we don't really experience the real danger, but we get afraid and feels. Let's say we take precaution. Believes that scary story teaches what it feels like to be afraid without having to experience a real danger, and so build up resistance to negative emotions. Let's see here. Then we get the answer. It talks about theory are a safe way of learning to detail with fear. They are a type of entertainment that some people avoid. No, they reflect the changing values of us. No, they reproduce, they produce, they reduce ability of deal to no, 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 no. They are safe way of learning a deal with fear. It makes some sense. Look, believes that the scary tales teach us what it feels like to be afraid without having to experience real danger. And then this is the answer. Then the answer is here, the first one. They are a safe way of learning to detail. Okay. So answer is A. Okay, we have done the test. Now I'm going to take the photo of the answer key and we shall be matching together. You can match, okay, here. If you have written your answers, please just get ready with your copy and pen and just write the answers, okay, with me, and it will be easier for you to match the answers. But I am now going to match my answers. Here, scrolling, it will take time. Okay, I'm going here, and these are the answers for passage number 3. Okay, I'm taking the photo here. Okay, and then let's match. Either we get 10 or not out of this 14. If you get 10, then we get 36. 36 is band 8. We have already got all the answers, okay, from passage number 1 and 2. Where was it? It was here somewhere. Okay. Okay, here is the answer. Now let's measure from the top, okay? I'm going to check the answers. You guys can just pause it and check. Answer for question number 27C correct, 28B correct, 29 answer is F correct. That's fantastic. 30 answer is A correct. Okay, 31 E correct. We got 31. We have already got 7. Let's find out either we get band 8 or not. 38. Let's 38 answer is D. Sorry, 32 answer is D correct. 33 answer is 33. Okay, 33 answer is F correct. 34 answer is 35 answer B correct. Okay, 35 answer is 30, 35, 35 answer is C. 35 answer is C. We got wrong answer. 35, 36 answer is G. Okay, we got 35 and 36 answer wrong. We have got 2 mistakes here. Okay, let's see. 37 answer is B correct. 38 answer is D correct. 39 answer is A correct, and 40 answer is A correct. Then we have got okay, we have got 12 out of 14 in this passage. Altogether, our score in this whole test is 38, and we have got the band score. We have got the band score 8.5. Remember, getting band 9 in IELTS is almost impossible. I say I have just got 5 or 6 times 9 out of 9, but in most of the cases I stuck in the same one. So our score in this whole test is 8.5. 8.5. This is the accepted one. Okay, 8.5. This is very pretty. Okay, hope this lesson has been quite fruitful to you, and you can find out your mistakes here in 35 and 36. I'm not going to look back. I have once done. Okay, these are my mistakes. You can learn from my mistakes here. So I hope this lesson has been very fruitful to you, and I would kindly ask you to subscribe my channel and write your valuable comments, and also please like and share my videos among your friends, those who are preparing for a higher band score. Okay, have a good time and good day, or let's say best of luck. Goodbye. And I'll be uploading more videos on listening and speaking from book number 15. Have a great day. Bye bye and take care.